Nobody told me about turning 50. And I'm not talking about because my knees all of a sudden started hurting or because I suddenly needed reading glasses. Honestly, none of that surprised me. What surprised me was how differently I started looking at time. Somewhere after 50, I stopped assuming that my best years were still ahead of me. And I started realizing every birthday isn't just adding another year, it's taking one away. Nobody prepared me for that. What's up, good people? Welcome back to Four Titles, One Truth. Hey, I'm Tommie.
And I'm Lance. Today's conversation is about what nobody tells men about life after 50. Let's get into it, brother.
Before turning 50, what did you worry about that turned out not to matter nearly as much as you thought it would?
That's a good question. Probably the biggest thing was like what was I gonna, like money? What was I gonna do for money, for career wise? You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I figured that, looking at parents and folks that I knew was like, oh, they worked all the way through
Forever.
60s. They were up there working all the way through. So I was like, okay, once I get out the military,
what am I going to do?
Yeah, am I going to go back to, do I want to go back to nursing? And then what type of nursing do I want to do? And and knowing now, after retiring, it's like, I wasn't even working, because it's not, I'm not chasing dollar signs, which
or
is
positions or rank.
I'm not chasing any of that. So it's like, okay, I don't got to worry about that. And that was probably the biggest worry, because I know, you probably know folks too that are our age and don't have any type of security,
retirement,
So, that probably was my biggest thing, was just worrying about that security, worrying about that security and what was I going to do, how was I going to be able to take care of my family and help out and do the things that I seen, some of the older generations, do willingly or unwillingly, So I was like, okay, how am I going to do that and still live the life that I want to, live too? So,
yeah, I get that. This question is a little hard for me because I didn't really look too far in the future. You know what I'm saying? So turning 50 didn't really come up till I was into my 40s. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I agree with you about that.
So I think my biggest fear about aging is, I probably mentioned this to you before, but there was a conversation had between my grandfather and my father's brothers and my father, right? And that comment that was thrown out, a question that was raised was, he said, how long do you think you all live?
Ooh.
And his comeback to that was, because Joneses don't really live that. Jones men don't live that long, And he was, and the conversation went on. The context of it was that Jones men tended to die in their early 60s. You know what I'm saying? And every one of my uncles died in their 60s. Yeah. And then I have one uncle that reached mid to late 70s. And so that wasn't a thing to me when I was younger because it never really resonated. It never resonated. But my dad passed away when he was 63. And now me reaching away. 50, that's a decade, man. That's some change, right? Away. And so my biggest fear is, and I can't control it, but anxiety is knocking on the door the closer I get to 60. So what that's led me to believe is that if that's going to be something I can't seem to get over, then I have to stop worrying about the simple stuff. You know what I mean? And just start doing what I think is best for my family and me. Right. And so that's where I am now. But if I was to sit there and think about being old when I was younger, it'd probably have to be my ability to work out and maintain, because for decades I was just, it was what I did, you know, and the thought of maybe either by doing that so much hurting myself and not allowing me to live my best life when I'm over 50 was a fear or concern. But then when I turned 50, I woke up and realized, not on that day, but my mind woke up and realized that if you make adjustments to that workout, you know, you can work out until you're in the box, you know. So that's pretty much where my mind goes when this question's asked. It goes to the extreme and then comes back to a little bit less. So,
all right. So what's something nobody warned you would become harder after 50?
You know, what somebody didn't warn me.
What caught you completely off guard?
I just, this may be a vanity thing, but just looking in the mirror and seeing how much you've changed, you know what I mean?
How your body morphs.
Just everything from your face to, like, my face is fat now. I ain't never had a fat face, you know, and I ain't fat, you know.
You sit there and do this.
Like,
we like, hold on.
Now you see why people. Now you see why people
like,
pull
man.
that, man. And then, like, my dad grayed early in his gray hair. By the time he was my age, it was like 95.5, you know, gray to black, and so that wasn't really. Yeah, just think what I'd see in the mirror, man, and what I thought I'd be able to maintain and what I thought I'd be able to consistently be. And that ain't so true. I told you that time I was staring in the mirror. I was 2 years into retirement. I was working out like a mug, but my body started, you know, what it does, right? And so I was in the mirror and I would stop working out for months, man, and I was just eating everything. And I looked in the mirror, I had my shirt off, and I thought somebody was standing. Behind me, man.
Couldn't get out the way.
Yeah,
like, who was that?
You know, so I guess that was just looking in the mirror and seeing a different you that you've seen for 30 years, man. For 30 years, my face has been the same while I look in that mirror. So, what about you?
I understand. I mean, that's a big one right there. But just not understanding, like, all of this. My kids are talking about something, or just the different words and things like that. I mean, it's just like, what are you talking about?
The new hip lingo.
I don't understand. Yeah, you know, because it would be stuff like my wife would know something. And I'm like, what are they talking about? She's like, are you serious? I'm like, what are they? I'm serious. What are they talking? I don't know. So I mean, so that on top of looking in the mirror and just like, what in the hell? You know, it's like I was 160 pounds. You know, I'm looking at myself
lean.
and that, and then like I started losing my ass. I'm like, what in the hell? Why are these pants looser than what they're supposed to be? And it's like, okay. I mean, so it's that physical piece of it is
real.
A mother, boy. Especially when that's what you've been doing for.
That's what I'm saying, man.
30, 40. You've been working out and you've been keeping yourself in shape. When you feel like getting up to that point of retiring, that is like, I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, so I'm gonna be straight.
And now, what's worse is if I look at the picture from retirement, I look different.
Yeah.
That was just 5 years ago.
I can look at pictures whenever I was a cadet or second lieutenant to the time when I walked across the stage and got my thing, and I'm like, okay, let me try to grow some hair on my face, try to hide this double chin. I got double chin or something. Let me
Why is this vibrating? Why is this vibrating right here?
It's all of that, man.
All right.
It's all of that.
Well, hey, let's talk about, if you could go back and spend time with, we'll say, 37-year-old, right? Because that's pretty much the time you're over. That's when you start to see 40s coming.
I'm trying to see, what year was that?
Ooh-wee. Now I got to do math. But while you're thinking, what's the one lesson you'd make sure that 37-year-old Lance would understand?
15, that's about 2005. Shoot. What's one lesson?
2005, I was on the trail.
Yeah.
Sergeant first class, drill sergeant.
A lot. It's dealing with health, because that's probably been my biggest thing after turning 50. What I've been dealing with is like, don't wait, don't skimp, don't waste, don't hesitate.
Go to the
because
doctor.
I can tell you, when I was younger, I mean, it'd be like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not. It's fine. I don't need to go bother somebody with that or worry about that. Because I feel like a lot of different things that I deal with now, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be dealing with them, but I feel like it would be a lot less.
Easier,
a lot easier, a lot less things that I wouldn't be,
I get
have
that.
to take a pill for or something, you know.
I get that. For me, it would be start saving money better. That's what it would be for me, because at that age, I was still ignorant and hard-headed.
Wait, you told yourself that before? I mean, even before 36.
Yeah. But at 37, even though that's just like freaking 17 years ago, right? But at 37, if I would have just focused more on, I cleaned up my credit. I was good with that. I could buy whatever I want on credit side. I was making decent money as a sergeant first class on drill sergeant pay. So there was extra income coming into my, absolutely,
that I understand
that I could have used better. Yeah. And also I'd tell my younger self to, and I love my mom beyond, but I would still tell myself to be more present, more relevant in that relationship. It took me till COVID to understand that I need to talk to her and see her once a week and start showing FaceTime and stuff like that. So, but I would have, and my mom traveled a lot, so we were together a lot between, or she was with her kids a lot.
Okay.
Because dad passed in 2004. So mom was starting to get into her travel mindset. So I don't regret the relationship, because I don't think I failed, but I would just,
I feel like you
more
could have done
time.
better. Yeah, you could have done a little more. I mean, and I think that's with a lot of stuff as we get older.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at, because I can look back at things now and be like, I ain't need that. You know, you see a lot of stuff that you could do without.
Yeah.
And it's some stuff it's like, nah, I'm always do that. But it's a lot of stuff now, because I was telling Audrey, it's like, I ain't a minimalist.
Yeah.
But it's something where I'd be like, I don't need.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Where back in the day, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, I got to have them rims.
Got
to have that shit. So that's where all my money was, man.
But that, I mean, as far as when you talk about the save, I mean, that's with my kids. That's the one thing that I told, early on, in their careers, is like, start doing this, because I didn't have anybody do. I mean, I wish that somebody would have told me that at the time before.
You think you would have listened? Because for me, the reason I asked that is because for me, my mom talked about saving money. Dad didn't really talk about it because he just gave it to mom.
Mine really didn't talk about, you know.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, and
I
it's
need
not
money.
like I didn't
Yeah.
know about it, but it wasn't
Didn't act on
wasn't
it. Yeah.
you know, it wasn't like really stressed
A
on,
priority.
you
Yeah.
know, because it was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm working, I'm doing this to
Yeah.
have a retirement. It was like I could have had more,
Yeah.
a
Absolutely.
lot more than what I
Now,
have.
yeah, man.
Thinking about stuff, but it's
You
just
see,
one of those
worried about
things
how
where-
people see you. You spending stuff and on. You're spending money on stuff that is only truly relevant to you, but you think it's relevant to everybody else, like the clothes you wear, the car, the rims, the sounds,
well,
just
your
all
house.
that stuff.
I mean, and then
Yeah,
when
all
you,
that.
Then when you have kids, it's okay. I want to take them to
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
place. You know, I don't want to be able to do that because I didn't get to do that whenever I was a kid. I
Yeah.
want them to be able to experience that. So
Yeah.
trying to give them some experiences that I didn't have
Yeah.
growing up. You know, I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You go.
But, yeah, I mean, but it's exactly what you said. It's like, would I have listened?
Yeah.
Oh no! Like, shut up. I
Yeah.
don't hear that.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I mean, you look like me, but
No,
you
get
ain't
out
my
of here.
daddy.
Yeah, get out of here. Go back to your
Yeah,
universe.
your future.
Go back to your
Yeah. Go back to the other
Go back to your
Spider-Verse.
multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah, the multiverse. Hilarious.
All right. So, have your priorities changed, or have you finally become honest about what has always mattered?
To me, that's the same question.
Well, what do you care about
Yeah.
less today?
Yeah, and that's so. Yes, my priorities changed, and the reason my priorities changed is because I stopped just thinking about myself. For years, I thought only about myself, and so my priorities have changed to the point to where there's no question I'm an adult. There's no question I'm a
That you
man.
are, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no question that I'm educated. There's no question that I've had a decent career. There's no question that I've checked a lot of blocks. So, and you sort of mentioned it earlier, is the fact that I consciously am aware that I'm not in the rat race anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I'm doing now, for the first time in my life, post 50, post retirement, is if I want to do
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? Not I have to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
and I think that's a gift.
Absolutely.
Because you still have people out there doing things because they have to,
Feel it, yeah.
even after,
Yeah.
after 50 and older than.
Yeah. And
older than this.
have better credentials than I have, or we have. So yeah, but that has been, and I say that not ignoring the fact that my first few years out in the military was tough on me.
Right.
Because I was, before I retired, I had an idea of who I was and what I was going to do post-retirement. Then you actually retire. Then I actually moved and established myself here in San Antonio, my wife. And it was scary, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have to wake up in the morning and go somewhere to go to work and worry about 1,000 people's different problems.
Yeah. Or trying to solve
trying
them,
to
'cause that's
yeah,
what you
I
did.
didn't I didn't have to worry about that. And that abrupt stop had a hell of a vacuum, man. And it took me a while to figure out how to move, you know what I'm saying? So that was my have my priority change. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's
If they
same.
don't, if you're a grown and growing man and your priorities don't change, it's gonna be a rough life.
Yeah, I think mine have totally, and I think about it sometimes, like because when I was I turned 50 6 months after my
Retirement.
father. Well, no, 6 months after my father passed.
Oh, that's
So
ooh.
I think sometimes it's like, I mean, this question, you just, thinking about it now, it's like, would my priorities been different if my father was still alive.
Ooh.
Now, because he was a big part of like, he was a big motivation piece for
Absolutely.
me as far as pushing, as far as like, oh, I can go and do this, you know.
He's a perfect
So,
corner man. Your pops is the perfect corner
so
man.
I know that after he passed and turned 50, and I was getting ready to retire a couple of years after that, it was like, okay, I want to change my focus more onto my kids, my wife, if she's going to go back to, you know, because I didn't know if she was going to go back to, I knew she was going to go back to work. But just supporting those folks that were around me, and then just enjoying, taking a step back, slowing down, and really enjoying life, man. I mean, you know, and people, I mean, you hear people talk about that, but you really don't understand it until you actually sit back and go, okay, I'm in control of this time now, and what I want to do, and how I want to do it. And I mean, it's such a, because, you know, you have people ask all the time about, what are you doing now? What, you know, how's, you know, and it's like, I said, it's
Younger people, older people, just people?
Both.
Okay.
You know, and I'm saying just being in control. I said just being in control of your time. You know, being in control of my time now. That I didn't have that especially in the military. And I know that people in civilian side don't have. You think you do, but you don't, because it's always something bigger that's pulling you from
what you want to do, who you want to be,
building that, you know, whatever, doing whatever hobby. I mean, you have to be very. I mean, if you have, you know, hobbies, or you have things that you like doing, you have to be very, call it direct, or very with intent.
Absolutely.
You got to be very
intentional.
About,
absolutely.
About actually doing that and saying, okay, I'm going to do this now, but I can't do this.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to do this, so.
Yeah.
It's like I don't feel like I'm juggling stuff because I feel like I'm open. Yeah. It's like, what you need? Oh, yep, I got time. We can go do that.
Right.
You know.
That's all the doctor's appointment.
Yeah. So I go.
That's all the doctor's appointment.
I need to go fill my meds back up. I got my pill. This is my.
Well, I'm with you, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. Within the last probably year is when I've stopped jumping out of bed urgently. You know, like I gotta. It doesn't have to happen at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing I gotta do is just let my dogs out.
Yeah,
because I ain't trying to.
Well, luckily we train Zuzu. She sleep until we wake up. So, all right. So, has turning 50 made you feel more free? And you sort of went down that. We sort of went down that. That hallway. So, are you more aware? Are you free in the concept of what you were talking about and where we were going?
I feel freer. I mean, I started feeling free because I feel like I'm more comfortable with myself. Yeah. You know, I'm more accepting. You know, and I know more what I want. You know. What I want. I'm more aware of those things. And then after retiring, it really.
So when you say you're accepting of yourself, what do you mean?
Looking in the mirror.
For example, okay.
Looking in the mirror.
Who you're becoming.
Yeah, who I'm becoming, you know, and where I'm going, you know, the direction that I'm going in, and, you know, the personality that I have, I mean, just all of that, where it's like, you know, I don't have to agree with everybody just because they like it. Me and you don't have to, you know, we don't agree about stuff, but it ain't going to make it any less of, we still.
Wasted energy.
Yeah, we still, but it's just like, no, I don't agree with that. You know, unless you just like explain to me why, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, I understand. Yeah. But it's like, it's not one of those things where you can just go, blindly accept and
keep your emotions to yourself.
Yeah, and not, you know, and not be afraid to speak your, you know, when I say speak your mind, it's like, you know, but I don't agree with that, or to be prideful about your culture or your race, or, you know, it's like things that I feel like,
it's sort of been put on the back burner.
I think when we're younger, when we're in our different careers, and it's because you have to do that to a certain extent, just because of just how society is. And I mean, and if people don't agree, you can not agree, but I would beg to differ that in order to to
Succeed.
really succeed, you have to do that to
have to
to
grow
a certain
and
extent.
adjust yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I feel like after you are done with all of that and you've done all your things, and I think that lessens up as you get older and you're in your professional career more.
With the promotions
Yeah,
and the
I mean, because
positions.
it's like, okay, because you start understanding and learning that, especially if you're in a profession or whatever, where your merits are based on your skill and what you know how to do, you know, what you truly know, you know. So, I feel for you. I mean, I'm happy, you know. I just tell folks, and I'm happy, I'm content, all of those good things in life.
Yeah. So I am happy. I don't want anybody to think that I'm over here angry and disgruntled and all that stuff. I do feel more free because I'm not tied to the phone. I'm not tied to the 7 Army values. And I'm also not tied to being the example. You know what I'm saying? When I leave my house, I can just be me and allow myself to make mistakes, allow myself to take different routes in life that before I never even considered,
and
because
okay.
I was
and that's okay.
That's
you know,
freeing.
you can
It's
accept
free.
it. You understand that that's okay. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's absolutely freeing. And but I will tell you, the daily responsibility of being the standard bearer is exhausting.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight, man.
But you don't realize how exhausting it is until you stop. You see what I'm saying? And so that I never had a problem waking up, putting on a uniform that was locked in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my boots locked in, whether it be clean or back in the day, super shined. The way I walked, the standards, you know, you wouldn't catch me talking on a cell phone. You wouldn't catch me walking on the grass. You know what I'm saying? That's because those are the standards that I expected everybody else to live by. And so I'm sitting there locked in. And once you retire, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't have to worry about that. So that's what's so freeing. Now, on the flip side, back to the first question, I'm keenly aware that time could be running out. And because it's linked to a finite time in my mind, that's where the intensity that I had, that's where that's going. Because I'm in therapy. Like, I'm really trying my best to work past that.
Right.
And I don't know, and I'm just be honest with you, I don't know if will that pass at 60 or 63,
I mean,
or will that be an annual thing, it's a countdown?
When you talked about that hit me, because that started making me think, whereas like father was 78 when he passed.
Yeah.
I'm only like 20 years, 24 years away from that, and it's like, man, 20 years, goes by, go by quick.
Because 30 did. Yeah, absolutely.
So, man. So it's like trying to get all of that in and experience, a lot of that. And like I want to have grandkids at some point, so it's
and
like,
be able to enjoy them.
And it's like, but I can't
see how your
rush
kids
my
turn
kids
out at 40.
I mean,
all
so I
that
just want to
stuff.
see all of that stuff. So it's that trying to take care of my health, man. That's probably my biggest
focus.
Biggest focus and scare at this moment, because it's like stuff comes up and it's like, where did that come? You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, I feel like I'm not. So it's like
Yeah.
just trying to do all of the things to align my health
Yeah.
up. You know,
Give
so
yourself
I'm
the
doing,
best chance.
give, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I get it. But has it changed the freedom that we've talked about? Has it, as far as you know, has it changed the relationships with friends, with your kids, with your wife? Do you see that as a?
I think it's better. I think it's better with everyone involved, but I think it's even better with my family.
Yeah.
Just because
You get time.
I'm
back.
more attentive.
And present.
You know,
Yeah.
more present, more attentive. It's not you know, and I notice things and I ask, you know, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm there for them. I'm there with them.
Can I say something that popped in my head that may sound crappy, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now I actually think about my family and have time to think about my family instead of it being an afterthought. Because for years it was me. And then for years it was army, soldiers, mission.
Right.
So did I think about my family? Absolutely. Were they on my mind? Absolutely. But now I don't have to worry about DUIs from soldiers or suicides or drugs or all that stuff. I don't have to think about a mass of people.
Right.
My energy is now what's best for my family, what's best for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Forward.
I mean, I don't think the question was crap because I think that when we're in that rat race and when you're younger,
Chasing.
you're there with your family. You're in that provider. I need to provide for my family. I need to do this, and these are the things I have to do.
And this is what,
to provide for my
even
family.
though our translation of what we need to do in the rat race to be successful, when we reach the retirement age, we're like, yes, it was this, but I could have, you know.
Well, you know better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know
better, you do better.
Yeah, and I think that as you get older, then it's more of you start getting more in touch with your emotional piece. You stop being I think you're not as afraid to show that side of you.
If you're an evolved,
you shouldn't be afraid to show that side of you because it's a beautiful thing, you know. And
because I can't lie, my 70-year-old uncle, that joker still won't show. You know, it's still. It takes a lot of conversation to get to it. And it's just like, why is it taking you so long? And it's because it's just the generation time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's such a burden to try to.
And his time is shorter. He's got to see his time shorter, see the change. Stuff I'm talking about, 50, Joker's just 70. So, you know, that's the type of stuff that I never considered and I definitely would never comprehend.
Right.
And give people grace. But I still have trouble giving myself grace because when I look at that daggone mirror, I have to duck out and come back.
Walk by real quick.
And then you just try to look at your wife and see if she'll ever have that disgusting look.
You'd be like, do you still think I'm sexy?
And then see if she laughs first or answers.
You're like, what's funny? What you laughing at?
So let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Freedom, post-50, post-retirement, how has that affected the time you spend by yourself?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to be by myself. I enjoy it sometimes.
Is that a change?
Not having people. Because you know, I would be at work around however many. I mean, for 8-10 hours a day. So I was always around people, and then you get home, and then you got your family, and it's still. I mean, it's no.
Right.
So
no. Not being, but no break.
Right.
Yeah.
No break.
Because now you have to turn on a different kind of energy.
Yes. I mean, so now when I'm home alone and by myself
You
doing
twirling.
things. I'm good. Yeah, it's like, okay. So then when people do come home, it's like, oh, all right, how y'all doing? You know, and I
You
find
got
myself,
energy. You got
yeah, you know,
time.
I find
Yeah.
myself sometimes like, oh, what time are y'all gonna be home? What time are y'all gonna come in here?
Where
So
y'all at?
I know.
But
Looking
yeah,
at them on the thing on the 360, like, okay, they coming up.
they're closed.
They're coming up. They'll be here. Let me go ahead and put this on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I enjoy the time that I had.
Yeah.
I mean, because I had my dog, so
It took me a while, man. It took me the trouble I was telling you I was having because I have so much energy, and I had
Yes, you do.
nowhere. I had nowhere nowhere
To
to send
release
it.
it.
Yeah, nowhere to send it because the energy that I had, it was aggression, it was dark humor. You know, it was. Some people could say bullying. I would never say that, but it was like it's a different kind of energy that. Every day I could get that out. And then you got PT to burn the energy. And then you have work to burn the energy, dealing with people and problems and all that stuff. And then I'd go to the gym afterwards. So I had that energy. And then I get home. I was at the end of my energy thing. Now, you know, every time I see my wife, whee, you know, hey, joke, funny, bully, you know, stuff that just don't work out. But
that was that was the focus.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time. So I mean, you learn to change your focus. You learn to try to focus that energy into.
and
other
that's
things.
the thing. So like, first retired, I had nothing because we were moving. So we didn't have a stable place yet because the house was being built. So that energy was like, I was like panicking because they're, you know, staying with a sister-in-law. This is not my house. So I can't make no rules. I can't change anything, you know, so I'm tied up, right? So I was going to the gym. Like I said, the first year after the military, I was in the best shape of my life. Then my back went out. And from there, I've been fighting. Yeah, I've been fighting, man. Yeah, so, and so like, then move into the house, and yes, you got your home, but now you see so many activities, so many
It's always something
jobs to do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
different.
The honeydews and
Yep.
what you got going on, and then you sort of get to a place to where those are a lot less now. Now you got to be creative to come up with something, and then is that really worth it? And so that's the point to where I was like, I was really worried because I didn't know what to do because Nikki had the travel agency, and I was all about the travel agency, helping, and still am, but it wasn't mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I didn't know. I didn't understand how much energy to put because I have advice because I've been an advisor my whole, you know,
problem solver.
yeah. And so, and then you get to realize that in the Army they had to listen to you. They didn't have to
Had
take
no
your
choice.
advice, but they
Yeah,
had to
you had
listen
no
to you.
choice.
And now they don't really listen to me. You know what I mean? It's because it's not her way of doing things, you know. And so that was a thing. And then I had to start slowing down. I had to slow myself down. Like I said, the worry about tomorrow. So that kept me up at night. And then I had to stop, slow down worrying about what to do in the day. Just set a little schedule and go. And if you choose not to do that,
It's okay.
it's all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
just
okay.
say, I'm just going to go and watch TV or something like that. And so that's why I asked to buy yourself time, because now I'm getting to the point to where I don't have to do things just to fill time. You know what I'm saying? So
To feel fulfilled.
yeah,
Like find activities,
Yes.
find things for yourself to
right.
do.
And I'm not chasing that no
Yeah,
more.
right.
So that's the advantage I feel now.
We spend a lot of our younger years trying to build a life, a career, a family, a reputation, Then one day you look up and you realize the question isn't, what am I building? It's, what am I doing with the time I have left? That's not something to fear. If anything, it's a gift, a reminder to love the family a little harder. Take better care of yourself. Forgive when you can. Take the trip. Make the phone call. Stop waiting for the right time. Because the truth is, none of us knows how much time we have.
Facts.
But every one of us gets to decide what we do with today.
And more facts.
Yep.
If today's conversation resonated with you, or maybe challenged the way you think, we'd love to hear from you. So leave us a comment on YouTube or connect with us on our social media platform. Your perspective might be exactly what we need or someone else needs to hear.
Yep. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please subscribe, follow, and share 4 Titles, 1 Truth with someone who'd enjoy being part of the discussion. Because these conversations don't end when the cameras stop rolling.
So until next time.
Let's keep the conversation going.
Holla.
All right. Peace out.